PDX Radio with your boy Big Rap. We got a special guest in the building with us today. My guy is an independent artist. He is an educator. He's an activist. He is the lead organizer for the African Hip Hop Caravan. We got my guy, Mike Crenshaw, in the building. Y'all stay tuned. Stay locked in. Let's go.
Black skinhead, Minneapolis Baldies, Mike Crenshaw, Johnny Cool, Tony Hill, let's go. As a teen, I was a link between Doc Martens and Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. I had a provocative future.
PDX Radio with your boy Big Rap. We are here with
Mike Crenshaw.
Mike motherfucking Crenshaw, my guy. What's going on, fam?
It's good to be here, brother. I'm happy. I want to say Juma Mubarak to my people, and it's a blessing to be alive, to wake up on a beautiful day in the spring.
Come on.
And my album, my most recent, dropped today. Retribution, y'all. It's on all the platforms, so go out there, y'all. Cop that.
Come on, fam. I like this album cover.
Thank you, man. That's a picture of me when I was 16, digitally rendered, and that's a picture of me last summer on the back of that.
Okay.
So the Retribution is the path between the 16-year-old Mike and, you know, the more mature Mike that's here right now.
How many songs you got on this?
Shoot, dog. I put 17 on there, but I think I'm gonna drop Wax with Ronald Records later this summer.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna have to shorten it. Right now it's 55 minutes, and it's advisable the Wax not be longer than 44 minutes.
Okay,
so I'm gonna peel a couple off.
So, what inspired you to write this album?
You know, I've been working on this record for about 8 years.
Yeah,
and it initially was. The title was going to be the Black Skinhead album. I had released the Black Skinhead EP previously.
Yeah, okay, I remember that. I remember you talking about that.
So I was working on an autobiographical album that would bridge the book and the screenplay.
Mm-hmm.
There's a podcast, there's a documentary, there's all these different pieces, some in development, some already produced.
Yeah. That
talk about this path that I've been on. And eventually it occurred to me that the songs that were strictly autobiographical didn't really capture the essence in a way that I felt would be more engaging for an audience.
Yeah.
You know, so I wanted to reflect on some of the things that are a little bit more current and recent in my life.
Now, for the folks that don't know anything about you, tell them a little bit about yourself and let them know what Mike Crenshaw is all about.
You know, I'm from the South Side of Chicago.
Come on.
Grew up in Minneapolis. Moved to Portland in 92. Okay, so those are those are my three hometowns.
Yeah.
Chicago is the roots. That's where the extended family is.
Yeah.
That's where I first became oriented to city life.
Yeah.
Minneapolis was my teenage coming of age, young adulthood. And Portland was, I guess, where I decided to take my music seriously.
Yeah.
I became an activist as a teenager because we were fighting against neo-Nazis. And my friends and I had to form a group, you know, and organize in our community. So the group was called Minneapolis Baldies.
Yeah.
The organization was called Anti-Racist Action.
Yeah.
And it became a national thing.
Oh, that's dope.
When I got to Portland, I was trying to get away from violence and self-destructive, you know, behavior. And my mom had moved out here. I came to visit. I saw the ocean and the mountains were within arm's reach, and I said, I love it here.
Come on.
And I committed to being here. And shortly after being here, I said, let me do something I love, see if I can get paid for it.
Yeah.
I've been rapping since I was a shorty, you know, and so I started going to poetry slams, and I had a competitive edge because I knew how to memorize my work.
Yeah.
And deliver it with, you know, a little bit of flair, whereas other people were reading poems off the page.
Yeah.
And so I was winning poetry slams, and this brother David Parks, who was a musician playing percussion, Behind Poets invited me to be part of a band. That was the beginning of Hungry Mob back in '93. So I fronted a live band as an MC, and I've been growing ever since then as an independent artist and an MC. You know, I told somebody recently, shout out to Swiggle Mandela.
Shout out my guy Swiggle.
He invited me to be extra in a movie, and I was talking to the makeup artist. She said, "How old are you?" You know, and I said, I grew up with rap. I grew up with hip hop.
Yeah.
I was born when hip hop was born, basically. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Give or take. And I've been growing with it ever since.
Yeah.
And so, like a jazz musician, I'm gonna keep doing this until I can't.
Come on. Now, you've never moved like somebody's been chasing, like somebody that's been chasing attention. You've always moved like somebody that's carrying a mission. What's the mission right now?
The mission is to continue to reflect on the lives that we're all collectively living and offer my individual perspective and clarity through my art.
Yeah.
You know, the art has been primarily focused on emceeing, you know, putting out rap music, touring, promoting, collaborating with others on projects. But now it's venturing into documentary media production, screenwriting, and writing of more books, more of a literary kind of contribution.
Okay.
Because I'm just want to expand the way that I tell stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Thank you, brother.
That's especially the storytelling. And you know, what made you want to get into that?
So I was invited to talk about the life I lived as an anti-racist Black skinhead for a podcast project called It Did Happen Here. So if you go to itdidhappenherepodcast.com, you can listen to the podcast. It's free. Parallel to that podcast that talked about not only my role in an anti-racist movement in the 80s and 90s, but talked about the broader national community and the impact that it had on the Portland anti-racist community after this man by the name of Mulugeta Sarau, who was an Ethiopian brother, was beaten to death by neo-Nazi boneheads in Southeast Portland in 1988.
Oh, damn.
So the podcast covers that whole history, and the podcast did well. So while I was getting my story together for the podcast and interviewing a lot of the people I grew up with who were part of that movement, I was like, people were starting to ask me, like, do you ever think about writing your own, just your personal version of this story? And so I started working on my autobiography. Another friend of mine, shout out to Eric Abel, that we used to be in a hip hop group together called Cleveland Steamers.
Yeah.
He said, you ever think about writing a screenplay? And so in 2020, we started writing the screenplay.
Come on.
So the Black Skinhead movie is in development. And, you know, we're hoping to, you know, inshallah, we will start shooting, will be in production in 2027.
Now, you've worn a lot of hats in your lifetime.
Yes,
You've been an MC, educator, organizer, activist. What's your focus been lately, and do you even separate those roles anymore?
You know, it's interesting. One of the challenges is to separate them. Some of the work that I do, the paid work that I do with different organizations, require, similar to the music industry, like when you're a diverse, dynamic type of individual, it can be challenging for other people to figure out what to do with you. I don't like that term, but I've heard it, you know, over the course of my career. People go, we just don't know what to do with you, because everything is part of this collective entity that is an extension of myself and the life that I'm living in community with other human beings. So like, I don't really separate it. I'm an educator, I'm an activist, I'm an artist, I'm a media producer, I'm a writer, I'm all these things.
Yeah.
They're all extensions of me living life, reflecting on this thing that we're all sharing, you know?
Yeah.
So, but I do have to sometimes put on the writer hat. You know, to get this album done, I had to put on my MC hat. Since I'm an independent artist, not only did I have to write, record, you know, arrange the songs in the studio, but I had to get the artwork together. I had to figure out what my media strategy was going to do. I had to, you know, collaborate with others to get the publicity on. I had to produce videos and figure out how to put the team together to produce each video. So it's a lot of multitasking.
Now, you shot a video in Africa.
Correct.
I was at the La Russell show.
Yeah.
I saw it on the big screen.
Word. Africa. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to A Revolution.
Come on, A
Killer
Revolution.
Reedy Masai and Johnny Cool, who produced
Yeah.
the beat. Emma Masai, who shot the video. Dustin Tolman, who shot the Portland segment. Yeah.
Yeah. How did that all come about, man?
Man, I've been working in Africa. I went to Rwanda in 2004 as an activist. There I met other activists, and they recruited me into a mission to help build a computer center in Burundi, which is a neighboring country of Rwanda.
Mm-hmm.
So when they recruited me into this mission, I said, well, how am I going to help you build a computer center? I'm in the United States. And they were like, well, you're in the U.S. where you have access to resources that we don't have. So that was the beginning of the relationship. And since we were successful, my business partner, Morgan Delaney, and I, Dead Prez collaborated with us. We raised enough money on a sold-out show at Wonder Ballroom to ship computers to Africa and establish that first computer center in Burundi.
Yeah.
The success of that spread, and I was invited to a music festival, the Shoko Music Festival in Zimbabwe in 2012. After I played the music festival, I met some other artists, activists, organizers who were organizing a project called the African Hip Hop Caravan.
Yeah.
And then I got to participate in that, and as an artist and one of the organizers, and the only organizer from the U.S., and I got to go tour in Kenya, Tanzania, South Africa, and Zimbabwe for a number of years. That led to me building relationships with artists who are now chosen family in Arusha, Tanzania. And that thing spread out. So I've been going back and forth to Tanzania. Shout out to Emma Masai, Mama C, emcee Pete, the Dwee, Kwele, the whole community. There's the hip hop community that's global, based in Tanzania. So one of the artists I work with that's on that song Africa in that video was able to procure some land, establish a farm. So now I go back and forth to Tanzania to support the farm on a regular basis.
Fresh. That's fresh.
Thank you.
I like that right there. Now, you've been a part of the Portland hip hop scene for decades, man.
Yes, sir.
What has this city got right, and where has it come up short?
The city's come up short because it doesn't have the ability to hold on to an artist that becomes commercially successful in a way where the broader global music audience associates that artist with Portland.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So you have artists like Amine, for instance, but I don't know how many people, when they see Amine's work, go, oh, he's a Portland artist.
Exactly.
So I don't know what Portland has to do differently, but in the absence of that commercial music industry infrastructure, you have people who could outperform so many artists who have commercial record deals. Because we have to do so much for ourselves, we become 3 or 4 different type of producers just to keep our own independent music career alive.
No,
right?
I feel that. I feel that 1,000%.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think younger artists misunderstand about the hip hop movement, and not just sound or brand? Like, what do you think they misunderstand about this in general?
Because we're in the information age where we consume a lot of information digitally, it's easy to think that the line between having a dream and having that dream come true and everybody knowing about it is a short line or a direct line, and it's not. You know, there are people who appear to blow up overnight, but the fact of the matter is they've been doing years of work behind the scenes. You know, and often people who have a lot of visibility don't have the money that you think they might have.
Man, I learned that one.
Yeah.
Learn that one. A lot of views I know I've noticed are bought.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like I've had artists that, you know, if you go and you start looking at some of their likes and the people that are liking the stuff, you notice it's like, man, all these names kind of look the same. All these pictures are kind of similar, and then you start looking like, you know they're botting. You know, that's the thing that kills me about this culture today. It's like the authenticity of actual, like, even content, for instance, content. What you see is not always what's real. You know what I'm saying?
More often than not, it's not.
Oh yeah.
It's an illusion. I think the commonality of scam culture
Yeah.
is more prominent than I've ever seen it in my existence.
Oh my goodness.
Excuse me.
Oh, no, you're good.
You know, the amount of times, and you know, I hate to admit it, but the amount of times that I fell for the okie doke.
Yeah.
And paying somebody that I met online to do something and they didn't deliver. And then when I tried to circle back, I got ghosted. That shit is too common.
Yeah. I tend to stay away from people. I've always got a fear of being scammed. You know what I'm saying? I've always been told when I was younger, if it sounds too good to be true, 9 times out of 10, it's too good to be true. And now they're getting more convincing.
Yeah.
So it's like they're not trying to make it sound super outlandish. They're trying to make it sound just good enough, just so they can try to get your money and try to
so that
scam you out your stuff.
You know, it. Don't get me wrong, it hasn't happened like to the degree that I'm a straight up fool.
Yeah.
But the people who did it,
yeah,
the way that they were able to do it was they were able to produce one thing that convinced me that they were about their business.
Mm-hmm.
But the commitment was for numerous things.
Yeah.
So when it came time for the second follow-up, that's when they poof. And, so I had to look back at myself. I'm like, how did I allow that to happen? And each time the reason I was vulnerable to the scam was because of how busy and determined I was.
Yeah. So
busy, so determined that I felt at capacity and I needed a leg up. I needed a shortcut.
Yeah.
You see? And so when I was like, well, if I do this, that'll get me to my goal quicker if I just get support in this specific way, albeit from a stranger.
Yeah.
So the lesson is go slow to go fast.
Mm-hmm.
And sincerely fuck with people you trust, that you know you can trust. Yeah.
What are you more hopeful about now than you were 10 years ago?
The fact that we are actually going to create an alternative to the madness.
Yeah.
You know, because it's the stuff that used to be all conspiracy theory is actually proven to be fact.
Right.
And so what we do with that information, we're in the process of figuring that out.
Yeah.
They can't kill all of us every day forever. It's impossible. So in that space between now and when we die, we have some work to do.
Mm-hmm.
And we're doing it.
Now, when the people hear your name, Mike Crenshaw, in 2026, what do you hope they understand about your mission?
I hope they understand that I make music that's from the heart. It's not for everybody, but I've been consistent. 20 years. I found an old video I did with a project called Sucker Punch that we released on April 23rd, 2006.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked at that video and I'm like, I've been consistent.
Yeah. I've
grown, but I've been on brand, on message, on code, consistent the whole damn time.
Yeah.
So nobody can take that from me. I'm authentic. And I hope that people understand that and are inspired to figure out how to, whatever your authentic thing is, be about that 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. Now, what are you less patient about with now than you were 10 years ago?
Commercial artists who try to sell us bullshit in the face of the exposure of the bullshit.
Come on.
So
come on.
Motherfuckers gonna get up here and beat around the bush about why they're in bed with the devil, and y'all playing yourselves. And
man,
for those of you who aren't playing yourselves, be inspired, because there's a lane for you now. Now that we see how a lot of the things that we thought were real were just illusions, then understand that you're not alone, man.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Now, what does legacy mean when you're still actively living in the middle of your work?
So it's about quality of each moment.
Mm-hmm.
finding the balance between family and those who are the closest to you and treating them right as you continue to honor, your dreams.
Now, 20 years from now,
Mm-hmm.
what do you hope Portland says about Mike Crenshaw and his legacy and what he stood for?
20 years from now, I want people to be grateful.
Come on.
For my contribution.
Man, talk to him. Definitely going to be grateful for your contribution. Now, if you could give your younger self any kind of advice, what kind of advice would you give your younger self?
Be less hard on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Be less hard on yourself.
Come on. Now, do you have any favorite spots that you like to eat here in Portland?
I do like East India Grill.
Okay.
Downtown. I like is it Soraya? Zaraya, the Peruvian place up there on Lombard.
Yeah.
I like Del Vive Pizza on 27th. I think that's 28th and Gleason.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are a couple spots I enjoy, man.
Now,
what's the Haitian place up there on Sandy?
they got a Haitian place on Sandy?
Yeah, is it? Damn it, I can't remember the name right now. It's not Tuk Tuk. It's like Tap Tap or something. That place is dope. Akadi, the African spot, is dope. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that place.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen Akadi before. Now you have a show coming up May 9th, 6 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Got tickets for $25. It's the 503 Rising Hip Hop Showcase.
Yeah.
Who is on that bill?
Magic 9.
Come on.
Toledo Marfil.
Let's go.
Swivel Mandela.
Let's go.
DJ Lady X.
Let's go.
DJ OG1.
Let's go.
Myself, Mike Crenshaw, and our headliner, the Neighborhood Kids.
Let's go.
Yeah, bro.
Yo, so how did you come about with putting this whole showcase together? Because you got some good talent on this
Shout
showcase.
out to the Reeser. Center for Performing Arts out there in Beaverton, and my man Trenchtown, who brought me on. He said, "Hey, Mike, we're going to do this. We would like to do a year of hip hop at the Reeser.
Yeah,
we would love you to help, produce that." And so we put together a team. OG1, Andre Middleton from Friends of Noise.
Yeah,
A Revolution, myself, Trenchtown. Shout out to the staff over there at the Reeser. Hyung Cho, Miranda, Brittany. I hope I'm not forgetting anybody, but that's been the team.
Yeah.
And so we produced a year of shows. We started it off amazingly with La Russell, and we sold it out.
Yes, you did.
That was one of the best shows
front
I've
row
been
center
to.
stage, baby.
Yeah.
I was front row center stage at that concert, man. That was an amazing concert. This is the first time I ever been to the Reeser.
Yeah.
And just seeing that building it's a beautiful thing. You guys had the cypher afterwards. You know what I'm saying? And I like how the stage wraps around. You could just run off. You're like, I'm going. I'm running off stage. And just run around to the whole crowd, and you're interacting with the crowd.
Right.
And you can come all the way around and back to the stage. Like that's dope.
Yeah, bro.
That's dope.
Yeah.
How did your partnership with them come about?
Aaron reached out, man. Trenchtown. He said, because Trenchtown and I met each other through Caldera.
Okay.
So, he was out there teaching. I was out there doing a residency.
Yeah.
And we got to talking about music. Turns out that, he's a phenomenal reggae music producer. And he had been going back and forth to Kenya.
Yeah.
And I've been going back and forth to not only Kenya, but Tanzania as well. And so we started building on that. And then a few years later, he brought me in once he got his position over there at the Reeser. And I'm grateful because we've been able to do some really good things, But between the time we produced the La Russell show and now, I was watching the Neighborhood Kids.
Yeah.
And their rise. And they got to go out with Tom Morello. And if you listen to their lyrics, to me, they're younger versions of me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so I was like, I want to support them, and they happen to be blowing up. So I can't wait. Washington County had a state of emergency behind this ICE stuff. You know, because Washington County has a large population of brown folks.
Yeah.
And ICE was out there just, you know, terrorizing people.
Yeah.
And so to bring the neighborhood kids out, you know, and the kind of message that they carry, it's like up with indigeneity, up with brown people, leave us alone, get off our backs. You know what I'm saying? So to me, it's just like synergy to be able to be in Washington County and to have them headline.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. Again, Retribution. Out now.
Yes, sir.
Out now. All platforms?
All platforms. And
all platforms.
Catch the videos for Ice Twice, Baby.
Now, hold on. Hold on.
Yo.
Hold on. Ice Twice, Baby. Tell me about it, cause you know that was on my list of questions, and I just literally glazed over. I'm glad you mentioned the name of that song. I was gonna ask you about the name of that song, Ice Twice, Baby. Tell me about that, man. Tell me about that.
So, first of all, Johnny Cool produced most of this album, so big shout out to Johnny Cool.
That's my dude.
He produced both the recent videos, the one for Africa that we talked about, recorded here in Tanzania, and Ice Twice, Baby. So you get to hear the range of Johnny's production.
Yeah.
But I said to Johnny, Johnny, I need something a little more poppy.
Come on.
A little more up-tempo, because when I'm in Africa, people want to dance, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And a lot of my stuff is in that boom bap range in terms of the BPM. So he gave me the beat for Ice Twice, Baby.
Yeah.
You know, it was just a raw beat.
Yeah.
It didn't have, and so I got to thinking, okay, I need something poppy. I need a hook that's going to grab people's attention. But then every time I looked at the screen, Ice was out here terrorizing people.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I'm going to talk about that.
Yeah.
I have to talk about it because it's a matter of concern for our personal safety. Because they're coming after people like me and you too.
Man.
You see what I'm saying?
Amen.
They started with people with Spanish last names, right? But they're going to be coming for anybody that disagrees with their policy.
Yeah.
Right? They killed people in Minneapolis where I moved out here from. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I had to talk about it. Ice, baby, melt it, crush it. It's hot outside, get a mop in a bucket. People working hard, regardless, struggling. Leave them alone. We want freedom and justice. And so I reached out to Anthony Rivera, one of my favorite MCs in Portland. And I said, man, will you get on this joint with me? And so he came to the studio over at Momentum. And then he was like, yo, can I bring my nephew?
Yeah.
And so he brought Drew. And that's when I met Drew.
Yeah.
And so both them brothers are on the song and they killed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Thank you, man.
That's super dope, man. Again, Retribution out now. All streaming platforms, man. You got anybody you want to shout out?
Like I said, man, this is so for those of you, people always ask me who my favorite MCs are. I'm still trying to be my favorite MC, but I respect Serge Severe.
That's my dude.
I respect Swiggle Mandela.
My dude.
Who else is out here working really hard? Talilo Marfil.
My guy.
You know, Cool Nuts is gonna be on the album. We're gonna do a remix with Cool Nuts. A Revolution. So that's just a handful of people that I have the pleasure of working with.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's keep killing it, man.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Again, Mike Crenshaw, you are an icon, forever an icon. You know what I'm saying? I want to thank you for being here. I appreciate you rocking with me. Gotta reach across that thing, man. Hey, it's your boy Big Rap. That's my guy, Mike Crenshaw, man. And we out this motherfucker, you bitch. Let's go.
Ice, baby, melt it, crush it, it's hot outside. Get a mop in a bucket. People working hard, regardless, struggling. Leave them alone, we want freedom and justice. Ice, baby, melt it, crush it, it's hot outside. Get a mop in a bucket. People working hard, regardless, struggling. Leave them alone, we want freedom and justice. 5-alarm, firebomb, firestorm, firearms. Don't mean a thing to the rising sun, I might be wrong, but life goes on. Some of the forces come into orbit. Kerosene flares, Zippos, torches, barbecue grills, backyards, and porches. Some of us are warriors and others are lawyers. All of us engaged, we can't avoid it. New York, California, Florida, Oregon, Maine, and Washington, stay up off of us like ice crush. Drinks to officers, react to be trapped, don't be preposterous. A lot of us gonna be anonymous. Protect you for minimum, make moves defending them. From a noose to spinning them, swinging like